The mission statement is a place for you to write down all your long-term goals and figure out a plan of how to actually get there. The first step is defining your goal, and a good way to do this is using the SMART philosophy, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. An example of a SMART goal is, I want to run the Melbourne Marathon in October 2020. We'll use the same example as we go through each of the steps in the mission statement. Step 2 is to list all the reasons why you want to pursue this mission. This is completely personal, so you don't need to share it with anyone else. It's just something that you can flick back to whenever you feel that flicker of resistance or self-doubt, or those thoughts of wanting to quit come to the surface. Your list of reasons why is going to be your source of motivation. It's going to be the fuel that will keep you going during those moments of doubt. This could be made up of the long-term benefits, short-term benefits, and even the consequences of not following through with this mission. If we look at the example of running the Melbourne Marathon, these are some of the reasons why you might pursue this mission. It gives me more incentive to be active throughout the week. I really want to improve my fitness and stamina. I want to make new friends in the neighbourhood, and this will be the perfect opportunity to join local running groups. I want to raise awareness for mental health. My confidence will improve when I start to see progress. I want that sense of pride that comes from crossing the finish line. These are just some of the reasons why you might decide to pursue this mission. The next step is to debunk your fears. We all have them, and we know that they can definitely get in the way of our progress and moving forward, so that's why we've included a few journaling prompts for you to work through. The first question is, what are some worst case scenarios that could result from pursuing this mission, and how likely are they to occur? If you're running the Melbourne Marathon, maybe the thing you fear most is injuring your knee or your ankle. The reason why it's good to get these fears out on paper is because it allows you to work through them logically. When those fears are swimming around in our heads, it can really consume us and overwhelm us. Number 2 is, what practical steps can you take to prevent these outcomes? When you enter a problem-solving mindset, it becomes clear that there are plenty of things you can do to prevent or repair that potential worst-case scenario. It also allows you to see other more viable pathways to your goal. If we take the worst-case scenario of injuring your knee or ankle as an example, then some of the practical steps you can take to prevent this from happening are things like investing in the best runners on the market, stretching before and after your runs, pacing yourself, and listening to your body. And if there are any pains or minor injuries, getting that treated immediately. Number 3, if the worst happens, what practical steps can you take to repair the damage? This could be seeing the required specialist, going to rehab, having surgery. At the end of the day, there are always solutions to the worst case scenarios that we create in our minds. And that's what we often forget. We let these fears take over and consume us without actually working through them logically. Number 4, what will your life look like in 12 months if you decide to abandon this mission? This is drawing your attention to things that you could possibly be missing out on if you let those fears consume you and take over. Once you've worked through your worst case scenario, the next step is to create an action plan for yourself. What do you need to do in order to achieve your mission? You can use this space to write broader steps or specific to-dos with realistic target dates so that you can prioritize your time accordingly. This section links back to your mission in progress section, which you'll find on every pre-week planner. So what you can do is look at your massive list of to-dos in your mission statement and figure out what steps or to-dos, tasks you want to tackle in any given week. The next section is called Celebrate. This is space for you to write down how you want to celebrate. It could be going out for a really fancy dinner or treating yourself to a spa day, maybe something bigger like taking a holiday. It's really important to celebrate your wins. Lastly, we've added space for you to set some milestones because it's not just about crossing the finish line, it's about celebrating your progress along the way. So think about what some of your milestones might be and write them down in the space below. Then you can use a highlighter or a coloured pencil to shade in each milestone as you complete it. It's always nice having that visual display of progress because it reminds you how far you've come.